Hello everyone, welcome back. The topic is Indian Dental Association from Public Health Dentistry. So Indian Dental Association, it was formed in the year 1949, and before that it was known as All India Dental Association, and it was formed in 1928 by Dr. R. Ahmed. Now what are the objectives of Indian Dental Association? So it has the objective of promotion, encouragement and advancement of the dental and the allied science. It promotes, it encourages and it advances the dental sciences. Then it encourages the member to undertake the measures for the improvement of the public health and the education in India. So now in this IDA you become the member. So this IDA, it is encouraging the members to undertake measures for the improvement of the public health, and it also maintains the dignity and honor of the dental profession. So now what are the functions of IDA? First is holding periodical meeting and conferences of the member of the association and of the dental profession in general. So this is just an example of the one of the conference that I have attended. So it was in year 2017 and it was held in Mumbai. So like this, you have this conferences every year and it is like in different cities of India. The next function is encouraging the opening of libraries in the branches and buying books out of the funds. So it helps in encouraging opening of libraries so that you can read more and more things about dentistry. Then it helps, or it like has the functions of publishing from time to time papers which is related to dental research. So over here this is just an example of the paper. Like over here it is printing time to time papers, and this papers, they are related to the dental research. Then it encourages research in the dental and allied sciences. Then it protects people from unethical treatment. Then it tries to set exemption for the custom duty of essential dental material and instrument. Now in this conferences that you have every year, so you'll see that you can buy all this dental material. So there are this exhibitions which are going on for the dental materials and instrument, and you'll see that the price for this dental materials, they're very less, because this idea, it helps to reduce whatever the custom duties are on that dental material. Then it publishes and circulates a journal which is an official organ of the association. So like this, you get a journal. So if you are a member of this IDA, then every year you'll get a journal, and in this journal you will find various articles related to research and the other things. And it also conducts educational campaigns in like matter of oral health hygiene. So these are the like various functions of IDA. So now what is the structure of association? Now in this IDA you have two types of branches, that is local and state. So local branches, they are situated either at the district headquarters or in other places in the district. So like this, like for example in the state of Maharashtra you have various branches. Like for example you have like the IDA branch in Mumbai, in Navi Mumbai, in Pune also you will have different, that is Pune East branch, Pune West branch. You have Nagpur, you have Nasik. So these becomes your local branches. And state branches, they are the branches which have their headquarters within their respective state. So that becomes like Maharashtra state branch, UP state branch, Delhi state branch. So that becomes your state branches. So IDA today has grown into a giant body, and it is comprised of 28 state branches and 300 local branches, which is representing 50,000 dental professionals. So now which are the various memberships of IDA? So first is honorary members. So in this, a dental surgeon of high scientific or literary standing, so they become this honorary members and they are selected by the Central Council of India. The next type of membership is life members. So in this, the dental surgeon who pays a one type subscription fee for lifetime, that becomes a life member. The next type of membership is annual member. So in this, a dental surgeon who pays the annual subscription fee, that means now you're paying the subscription fee every year. Then there are direct members. So they are the person who are eligible for membership but who are not practicing in the area of local branch. So that becomes a direct member. The next type of membership is student members. So they are like the student members are the ones who are the students of undergraduate of a recognized dental institution. That means us. So we are like the student members as we are undergraduate students. The next one is a affiliate member. So in this, a dental surgeon who is practicing outside India, that becomes a affiliate members. So now if you become a member of IDA, so now what are the advantages or the privileges that you will get if you are a member of IDA? So first is all members, they shall be supplied with a copy of journal and such other publication of association free of cost. So in this, now if you are the member of IDA, so you'll get the journal, like whichever journal they are printed or whichever publications are printed, so you'll get them at your address. The next privilege is all members, they can use the library and association room if they want any, and all the members, they have the right to attend or take part in the discussion in the journal meeting, lectures, demonstrations, or the conferences which are organized by the association. So these are the various privileges or the advantages if you become a member of IDA. So now who all are the office bearers of IDA? So they are like elected for the proper management of the association. So you have one president, you have one president elect in this IDA, then you have three vice president, then you have one honorary general secretary, then you have one honorary joint secretary, then one honorary assistant secretary, then one honorary treasurer who manages all the like funds, then one editor of the journal, then one chairman of the council of the dental health, and one honorary secretary of the Council on Dental Health. So these are the various like office bearers of IDA. The honorary secretary, joint secretary, assistant secretary, and the treasurer, they must reside in the city where the head office is located. And over here now, this is the office bearers of the state branches. So now you have the same office bearers for your local branches also. Now, what is Central Council of India? So this Central Council of India, it helps in the management of the association. So now what is the composition of the Central Council of India? So again, you have the same office bearers as we have seen for the IDA, but over here you have the members without portfolio. That means over here with office bearers in the Central Council, you have this members, that is immediate past president. The next one is the representative from the state branches. So these are the various like composition of your Central Council of India. Now, what are the functions of Central Council of India? So first is it can like frame, alter or repeal the rules of association. So if there are any rules, so if you want to make the changes in that rule, so this like changes, it is done by this Central Council of India. The next is it decides and considers the application of direct members. Now we have seen what direct members were. So they are the ones which can take the membership, but they are not residing in the place of their local branch. So that becomes your direct member. So this Central Council of India, it decides and considers the application of such members. Then it helps in fundraising, investment of the association money. They are looked like all these things related to fund. It is looked by this Central Council of India. Then it appoints committee or subcommittees and standing committees. Then to appoint or remove the salaried officers and servants of the association. So if you want to appoint or remove some officers, so that is done again by the Central Council of India. Then all properties of the association is under the control of Central Council. That is all transaction and management of the properties, they are carried out by this Central Council. Then it represents to the government, public bodies or any constitute authorities for any matter in which the interest of the association or the dental profession is affected. So if you want to represent any new thing to the government or to the public body, so this like thing is done by the Central Council of India on behalf of your association. Now what is receipts and expenditure of the association? So this means like from where do you raise the funds for the working of your association. So the sources of income of the association is derived from the subscription of the members. Now if you become the members, so in this like you pay a particular fee for that membership. So that becomes a source of income for the association. Then the next source of income is the central fund contribution from the branches. Then it can be special contribution or donation which is raised directly or through the branches. So if there are like contributions from the branches or if there are any donations which are raised directly through these branches, so that becomes a source of income. Then the income which is derived from the journal and other publications of the association. Like in this, like if you become the member, so you get the journal for free. But if people who are not the member and still they are buying this journal, so they buy this journal like at particular cost. So that become again a source of income for your association. Then next is the contribution which is received on account or organizing the dental like Indian Dental Conference. So again, if you get any contributions in the conferences, so that becomes a source of income of your association. So now the funds that we have collected, so this funds, they are utilized to carry out the working of association, the issue of the journal as authorized by the association. So the money that you get like through this all various types of contribution, so using this funds to carry out the working of association. Like in this, the association, they also spend the money on scientific investigation, conferences, prizes, scholarship, and on such other purposes. So like this money, it is also used in investigation, in conferences, like all, so IDA conferences, they are held every year. So this money that you have raised through these various sources, so it is used in the conferences. It is also used in giving the prizes. Like in these conferences, if you have done a very good work, so you get various prizes. So like you're using this source of income for this prizes. Then you also give scholarships. So IDA also gives some scholarships to very good students. So in that case also, this money is used for the scholarship and for very like such other purposes. So now, as we have seen in the functions of IDA, that it holds like annual conferences. So the annual conferences, they are organized by the association and it is decided by the central council. So all the members, they can attend this conference and then they can actively take part in the business of the conferences. Then in this conferences, prizes and gifts, they are given out to the members which are elected for their outstanding performances. Then during this conferences, latest advancement in the field of dentistry and current problems which is concerning dentistry or the dental professionals, they are discussed in this like annual conferences. So this is like an example of the conference which was held in 2017 in Mumbai. So this was the 17th Indian Dental Conference. So now, what is annual general meeting of the association? So this general meeting, it is held every year, usually in the month of December during the annual conferences. So now you have your annual conferences. So with this annual conferences, you have also this general meeting of the association. The business to be translated at the annual general meeting, it is in the following order. So what you do in this general meeting is you do the election of the chairman if any necessary is there. Then you are adopting the audited account of the previous year in this like meeting. The next one is any other motions for the changes in the order of business is done in this general meetings. Then election of the auditor is done again in this general meeting, and the election of the office bearers and the other election resolution which is brought forward by the central council, state branches, local branches and individual members, they are done in this general meeting. So basically election of your office bearers, then election of the auditor and election of the chairman, it is done in this annual general meeting which is held every year only one time. Then over here you are also seeing if you want to like adopt any new things or any new accounts like considering or comparing from the previous year. So all these things it is done in this annual general meeting of the association. This is all about IDA that you should know, and this is a very important topic from your exam point of view, so you should know about this very well. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much.